What's up, everyone? It's Lexia, and this is the late night face check. We have a special joke for you, courtesy of the one and only Not Paradox. What is it called when Uther divine shields etc. while moshing two people? Holy cow, it's a dance off! Anyway, we have a special guest tonight. Joining us is Cirinian. But first, let me introduce your host, my champion, Valkamer.
All right, thank you, Slexia, for that introduction. My name is Valk, and I am here with Cirinian. Cirinian, to dive right in here on the late night face check, tell us who you are, what team you play for, and let's get going.
All right. Well, I am Cirinian. I play for Tickle Tassadar as the team captain, and this is my second season after taking season 6 off.
Okay, so I know, having also been in season 5, that you had some pretty good glory coming out of that. So,
Yes, we did. We actually took it home. A brand new team at the time. Came together out of a coaching program that we did together, and team formed up, and we ended up cleaning up pretty well, it seemed. So
the season 5 Division C Grand Champions, as it were. And you have a fantastic name, Tickle Tassadar.
thank you. I can fortunately take credit for that one.
Good.
I'll proudly wear that.
Now, there's a special story for this season revolving around yourself. How did Tickle Me Tassadar resurrect for this season?
Oh boy. So it started out just with me returning to HOTS after about 6 months of not playing the game. And within 1 to 2 days, I ended up finding my way back to NGS, knowing that that was still a living community that still played the game in a competitive environment. So immediately I knew I wanted to be a part of the scene as soon as I could. And as it happened, the scene was locking its teams in within about 12 hours of me getting there. So I scrambled. I scraped through the free agents. I scraped through the website looking for teams. I advertised as best I could in chats, just mostly by being active. And by some stroke of luck, ended up in about 8 hours with a ragtag team of 5. No subs yet, but that was enough to get us in. So
That's
once we
right.
had our foot in the door, we could get the rest.
I was watching that closely, so I am glad that you pulled off that little miracle. And I'm glad to have one more team in Division C West.
Absolutely.
So, obviously, new team, it's hard to say that you know all of the dynamics yet, but who's your shot caller, who's your soldier, who's your general, who's your jester in the corner?
Okay, well, Jester is an easy one. Our boy Ogle, we have quickly realized that if anything goes wrong, it is his fault. It doesn't matter if it's actually his fault; it's still his fault because he was there. So that
Or
one's
if
covered.
he wasn't there, it was probably still his fault because it would have worked
Oh
out
yeah,
if he had been there.
yeah. If he was there, it might have worked. Yeah, exactly. Shot caller is a little bit unique right now in the sense that we don't have a designated shot caller. We tend to make calls as we see them and try to keep the mic quiet if we can, as best we can, so that people can do that whenever they need. But for the most part, it tends to fall to me, Broomboy sometimes, and Lunchbox when more so when he's out of the off lane. So towards the late game, he'll start making some more calls, just because he'll be focused on his own thing and camp timings and whatnot until then. But
Nice.
yeah. Not sure who I'd call soldier in general just yet, but it's been a pretty open floor for discussion as far as the team goes when we're talking about practices, when we're reviewing our games, things like that. So
Now, you've had your first game. As of us recording this, it was yesterday. Tell me a little bit about that this week.
So the first game was really important to us, especially since this was our first real time getting to play together. Like we had one scrim, we've had a couple of practices, but we've sort of been mix and matching right now between trying to get subs and a couple people being away over the weekend. So this was our first real chance to even solidly play with our main roster as a full team. So it was going to teach us a lot no matter what happened, whether we lost horribly, whether we ended up stomping the competition, whatever happened, we knew we were going to learn. And it ended up being exactly what we wanted it to be. Second game went a lot better than the first, but I think we took a lot of information from both the first and second games, which was huge for us. We now know what we're looking at, where we're looking to improve, and what we want to capitalize on as well.
Nice. Any goals for a repeat now that you've returned to the league?
Yeah. I started this team expecting I just wanted to have some fun. I wanted to be in that competitive environment again. But after seeing this team playing together, I have much higher hopes. I have much higher ambitions. And we fully intend to shoot for the top on this one. We want to keep winning like we did in this first game, maintain a top position in the ladder, and hopefully bring home these playoffs. So
nice. And do you see yourself having a rival at this point, or is everybody still brand new and you don't know anything?
Interestingly, preliminary predictions among us and others, judging by good old Edge, it looks like you and I are sort of rivals, our respective teams, with, I believe, 3 predictions to take it home for TMT and 4 for Can't Counterpick Stupid. So we'll see how
we rigged
fare.
it. We rigged the voting, so
I know.
We bribed
They're
people.
all scared of your hashtags.
Yeah, hashtag only Wono believed, and now even Ziltoid believed. So, no, I think Division C is going to have a lot of fun. I'm glad that you made the team, even if that means that you knock us off of our prideful point. That's great. I'm glad to have one more team, and I'm glad to have the competition. One of my mottos for our team is that we sharpen ourselves against the hardest rock. So if Tickle Me Tassadar is that great stumbling block to us, then by golly, you deserved it. You came in better and stronger than we did. So I'm looking forward, and as I mentioned in your game, we're always watching.
I should hope so. I hope every team was watching. Makes it more interesting for future weeks.
Oh, and I think we've got a great division in C. We have a very active chat. No slight on the other divisions, but I've enjoyed immediately having you there and adding in a little bit more, because I think we do have a very great group. We lost a couple that promoted into Division B or that just taken this season off, so I appreciate the extra breath of life, if you will.
Div C is my at least former home, so in a way it's cool to see it again, even if I do hope to eventually climb those ranks.
Oh, sure. And I think everybody should have that hope and be trying to progress. Otherwise, it takes away some of the competitive fun, if you will. So, all right. Well, now we are going to go into a highlight clip that you have given me. So here we go. We're on Infernal Shrines. We've got Plugwalk versus Tickle Me Tassadar, and we can see 4 members from each team here in the center. Roll clip.
Plugwalk forced back.
Sonya just putting a huge amount of pressure everywhere on the map. I'm really liking Lunchbox's play in both games, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Big flank there. Ring of Frost. Down goes Jaina. Down, or Kael'thas. Down goes Raynor. Big flank. Big play. Cirinian with the big Ring of Frost.
You've got 4-on-4. Broombox comes around the bush into the lower part there on that barrier as Muradin, and everybody waits patiently.
Yes, that is sort of what I wanted to highlight, and what I think is a real strain in just about every game that we play right now is our coordination in team fights feels very, very strong. And you can see how Broomboy set himself up so that if anyone happened to get caught, he could immediately get in for that flank that was there, and he did succeed in that. Ana got a tremendous 2-person sleep that I really just wanted to give a shout out to Kahlua for, because we were all just screaming in the mic at that point. We knew that we had that fight when we saw that, and just immediately I went in for the ring, and it wasn't exactly the hardest ring to land with that sleep down. They couldn't move away. So we lined it up perfectly. Ogle and I both were there for the full blow up, and it just, the coordination is really what I wanted to highlight there. I think we have a lot of that, and I think that's really only going to grow as the season goes on, because right now we're still getting used to listening to each other and how we react and respond to the games. So it's going to be really cool once we get used to that.
It was powerful, it was well executed, and unfortunately for Lurk Patrol in this case, they just didn't have the tools to get away from it, and so bam.
I think it was Plugwalk.
Oh, sorry. That's true. It was Plug Walk. Sorry, Lurk Patrol. We love you guys too. I don't know why I said the wrong team, but absolutely.
We'll come
Plug
for
Walk.
them one day then.
Well, Bickle was a former teammate of yours, right?
Yes, he was.
And unfortunately, Plug Walk just, once they got caught in that mouse trap, 2 of them died. There was nothing they could do to get out of it. So, very powerful highlight. Thanks for the share there. Now, we will move into Valk's questions. I need to expose one of my ears so that I can hear my timer, because I messed that up in episode 1.
Okay.
So for anybody who may be unaware, for 60 seconds, beginning once I have asked the first question off of these here flashcards, Cirinian will see just how many of Valk's questions he can answer. Now, viewers, please feel free to submit additional Valk's questions for this lightning round. But again, it will start at the end of the first question asked. Are you ready, Cirinian?
Oh, as ready as I'm gonna be.
Okay. Which HOTS map would you like as a theme park?
As a theme park, oh god, probably Volskaya.
Okay. At BlizzCon, are you ready for a map or a hero to be the first announcement?
Hopefully a hero.
And who is your hero crush?
Hero crush, existing or
Existing.
not yet? Existing. That's got to be Chen.
Okay. Skin you want added?
Skin I want added. Oh no. Oh no. Probably just a pool party sort of vibe again. I want more of those.
Okay.
Just in general.
Best hero aesthetically?
Best hero aesthetically. Oh, these are hard. I really think that Medivh captures his character well.
Most impactful hero?
Lost Vikings if they're played right.
Favorite Nexus Edge analyst?
Nexus Edge analyst. I gotta go with Turd Herder.
NGS rival?
NGS rival. Can't counterpick stupid.
Most needed rework?
Tassadar.
Tassadar? Oh, and our time has been spent. So let's count up your total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sadly, you have fallen short of our current leaders, which is tied between Dominator of Rush B and Murder of Regen Phoenix. And their rivalry match is coming up this week, so that'll be exciting to have it be just one more layer there.
All right.
All
I know
right.
what to expect.
So, I shouldn't have added these back in. I'm supposed to pull one of those and ask you a question based on that. Let's go with HOTS as a theme park.
Okay.
So you said Volskaya. What makes you think
Yes.
Volskaya would transition well into a theme park for the real world?
All right. Let me preface this with I hate Volskaya as a map. I don't like it at all. It is one of my worst maps, and it just God. Anyways, having said that, I think aesthetically it's very cool. I think that it's a place that would be focused around like innovation and really cool new things, which I think you could do a lot with in a theme park. Also, if you actually got to ride around in a gigantic robot stomping around the area, that'd be sweet. That'd be like the best ride of all time. So it seemed like the most fitting. I don't really want to go to hell.
Complete with the laser beam, the Gatling gun, and the big orb thing crashing down.
Yeah. No, let's not blow up the theme park on the first
fear
ride.
that in that case it's got to be a virtual reality ride like the old Back to the Future at Universal Studios. I don't know that you get to actually
That's a good idea.
blow people up.
That's a good idea. You could actually do it if they went the virtual reality route.
Well, Cirinian, we appreciate you being on here today and putting up with some of Valk's questions. Any shout-outs, Nexomania taunts, or thank yous you want to give?
Ooh, shout out to my team as usual. Probably give that anytime I'm given the chance because they've been great so far. Shout out to the NGS staff for throwing this together and especially putting up with some of my stuff early on because of how scrambled this team was. They were very accommodating with that. Shout out to you for doing this. Thank you. And anyone who is assisting on the project. I unfortunately don't know everyone's names, but Yeah.
That's okay. At
and
this point, I
one
don't know
quick-
everybody that's going to help out. I'm just keeping asking. So
Fair enough. And one final quick shout out to B Train, who is my other boy, my other fellow Chen main. I got to give some respect to the other Chen mains. So
his Chen was touted only once last season and then banned forevermore.
excellent.
So
Excellent.
well, thank you for joining us on the late night face check. To everybody at home, mind the bushes, have fun in the Nexus, and thanks for tuning in. Do make sure to check out Nexus Edge, Nexus Now, and all of the other great things out there. Thank you, NGS, for everything you do, and have a good night.